Hello, my friends. Welcome back to English Fluent. I'm Sara. Today's episode is a gentle listening practice. You can also use it for shadowing. You can listen anywhere. On the bus, on your way to work, while walking, or even just before going to sleep. It's full of simple ideas and easy English words that help you relax, understand, and slowly grow your English step by step. You don't need a notebook. You don't need to study hard. Just listen, enjoy, and let the language become part of your everyday life. Today, we have a very special topic. It's about the power of personal passion in learning a language. We'll explore how the things you truly love, your hobbies, your dreams, or even small joys in daily life, can actually help you improve your English fluency. So, are you ready? Let's get started. All right, let's be honest for a moment. A lot of learners tell me, Sara, I really want to improve my English, but studying feels so boring. I get tired, and I don't even know what to say. I completely understand. Sometimes learning a language can feel like just another task. You keep repeating words, reading long texts, memorizing rules, and gradually your motivation starts to fade. It just slips away. You might even think, maybe I'm just not good at English. But that's not the truth. The real issue isn't you. It's how we practice. When you only rely on textbooks, you're not really using English for life. You don't feel the joy, the curiosity, the excitement of learning. It becomes mechanical, like memorizing facts, not truly connecting with the language. It's not just about communication. Language, it's alive. Language is emotion. Language is a way people connect with each other. So, if you want to speak English naturally, you need to tie it to something real, something meaningful, something that truly matters to you. And that is your personal passion. Now, what is a passion, really? A passion is something you love to do. It can be small or big. It could be painting, cooking, football, travel, nature, photography, music, technology. Anything that brings joy to your heart. Maybe you love gardening. Maybe playing the piano makes you happy. Maybe learning languages is your passion. Or perhaps your passion is helping others, teaching children, or caring for animals. When you speak about your passion, something wonderful happens. Your face lights up, and your voice becomes stronger. When you connect with your passion, you forget your fear. You start to express yourself without overthinking. The word express means to show your feelings or emotions. And that is the magic of passion. It opens your heart. And when your heart is open, your words come out more easily. You don't worry so much about grammar. You just speak. And that is where fluency begins. So how can we bring our passions into English learning? Start with a simple question. Why do you want to speak English? Maybe it's to travel. Maybe it's to meet people from other countries. Maybe it's to study abroad. Or to get a better job. Or maybe you simply love the feeling of understanding and expressing yourself in another language. All of these are wonderful reasons. But the most powerful reason comes from within, from your heart. It's when you say, I want to speak English because I have something to share. You have stories. You have experiences. You have ideas. And you want the world to hear them. That is your why. That is your reason. And when you find it, learning English becomes personal. All right, now let's imagine two learners. Learner A studies English using a grammar book. He reads about present perfect, past simple, articles, phrasal verbs, and memorizes everything. But when someone asks him, "What do you like doing in your free time?" he doesn't know what to say. Now, learner B studies English through her hobbies. She loves baking. She watches English videos about recipes. She reads blogs about food. She writes her own notes in English. She even talks to other bakers online. After a while, she starts to speak fluently. Not perfectly, but naturally and with ease. Why? Because she links the language to something she truly loves. That's the difference. So, ask yourself, what are my interests? What do I love to do in my free time? Maybe you love music, so you can watch interviews with your favorite singers. Maybe you enjoy movies, so you can watch them with English subtitles. Maybe you love travel, so you can read travel blogs and even write short stories about your trips. When your English practice connects with your life, it doesn't feel like studying anymore. It feels like living. Now, let's explore some simple ways to use your passions to improve your English. First, watch or read about things you love in English. If you enjoy cooking, look for English recipe videos. If you like cars, read car reviews in English. If photography is your passion, follow English-speaking photographers online. You'll pick up new words, words that are useful for you. You can also keep a small English journal about your passion. Every night, write 2 or 3 simple sentences. For example, today I played the piano. I learned a new song. It was difficult, but I felt happy. Simple sentences, but real sentences. They come from your own life. Or you can talk to yourself. Yes, it's okay to talk to yourself. When you cook, describe what you're doing in English. I'm cutting tomatoes. I'm adding some salt. I'm stirring the soup. This helps you build fluency naturally. Now, let's talk about stories. Every passion creates stories. And stories are perfect for English practice. For example, imagine your passion is painting. You could tell stories like, the first time I painted a sunset, I was 10 years old. The colors were orange and pink. I remember the smell of the paint and the sound of the wind. Or maybe your passion is football. You could say, when I play football, I feel free. I forget my problems. When you share these little stories, you practice grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation, all at the same time. And because the story is yours, you won't forget it. Stories are emotional. They connect memory and feeling. That's why storytelling is one of the best ways to build fluency. Now, many learners try to speak too fast. They worry about mistakes. They feel pressure to sound perfect. But that isn't necessary. Fluency doesn't mean speaking quickly. Fluency means speaking comfortably, with confidence and calm. That's why I believe in slow conversation. When you speak slowly, you give your brain time to think. You choose better words. You enjoy the process, and you sound more natural. Now, let's imagine you're talking about your hobby, playing the guitar. You don't need to rush. You can say, I like playing the guitar. I play every evening. Music helps me relax after work. Simple, clear, and true. When you slow down, you sound more confident. And confidence makes people want to listen to you. So don't try to copy fast native speakers. Try to be clear, calm, and natural. That is real fluency. Now, I want to talk about the joy of connection. When you speak about your passions in English, you do more than just learn a language. You connect with people. Maybe you post a photo of your artwork online, and someone from another country says, "Wow, that's beautiful." Maybe you share a story from your travels in English, and another traveler replies, "I've been there too." Maybe you join a group of learners who share the same hobby, and suddenly, English becomes your bridge to friendship. This is what I love most about languages. They bring people together. They create understanding. They make the world smaller, warmer, and kinder. And when you speak from your heart, people listen. Now, sometimes our passion leads us to a bigger purpose. Maybe you begin learning English to talk about your favorite books. But later, you find yourself helping others enjoy those books too. Maybe you start learning English to understand music lyrics. But later, you write your own songs. This is how passion grows into purpose. And purpose gives you energy to keep going, even when learning feels difficult. So don't study English just to pass a test. Study English to express yourself, to share your voice with the world. Let's look at some real examples of how people improve their English through passion. One learner loved movies. She watched one English movie every week. At first, she only understood a few words, but she kept going. After a year, she could describe the stories easily. Her listening became excellent. Another learner loved animals. He started watching videos about animal care. He learned new words, like rescue, shelter, and wildlife. Then, he joined an online group about animal rescue. Now, he writes posts in English every week. Another student loved fitness. He followed English-speaking coaches on YouTube. He listened carefully to how they talked about training, diet, and motivation. He copied their expressions. Now, he can talk confidently about health and fitness, all because he learned through his passion. These stories show that English fluency grows faster when the topic feels alive inside you. Sometimes you may feel tired or unmotivated. That's normal. Even people who love their passions have lazy days. When that happens, look for inspiration in simple things. Listen to a short English podcast about your hobby. Read a small paragraph about it. Watch a short video. Talk to a friend who shares the same interests. Remember, you don't need to study for hours every day. You just need to keep your English heart alive. A few minutes each day is enough. Consistency is stronger than perfection. Remember, language is not only about words. It's also about emotion. When you feel something strongly, your brain remembers it better. That's why connecting English with emotion helps you learn faster. If you love photography and you learn the word light, you will never forget it because you feel it, you see it, you use it. If you love gardening and you learn the word bloom, you remember it forever because you watch flowers bloom with your own eyes. You don't just learn new words. You live them. You see them. You feel them. This is how English becomes part of you. As you grow, your English world grows too. At first, it might be small. Just one hobby. Just one topic. But slowly, it expands. It grows. Your vocabulary increases. Your confidence rises. You start connecting your passion to other areas of life. For example, someone who loves cooking might later learn about culture and history through food. Someone who loves music may start to explore poetry and expression. Someone who loves technology may discover how English connects people in global communities. Your English world becomes richer and deeper every day. Now, never be afraid of mistakes. They are part of learning, part of growing. When you speak about your passion, mistakes don't matter so much because your message is more important than your grammar. Even if you say something like, "I very like cooking," people will still understand you, and they will smile because they feel your enthusiasm. Later, you will correct yourself. You will say, "I really like cooking." This is how we learn. By doing, not by waiting for perfection. Remember this. Fluency is not the absence of mistakes. Fluency is the presence of courage. So, my friend, remember this message. Fluency is not about speed or perfection. It's about connection. It's about speaking with feeling, with honesty, and with joy. When you connect your English learning to your personal passions, you build a strong bridge. A bridge between your heart and your words. Thank you. Every time you speak about what you love, your English grows stronger. So, find your passion. Live it. Read about it. Write about it. Think about it. Make English part of your world. Not just a subject, but a companion, a friend on your journey. Thank you so much for listening to English Fluent. I'm Sara, and I hope this episode reminded you that learning English can be simple, personal, and full of joy. Until next time, keep speaking, keep dreaming, and as always, speak with your heart. Bye for now.